Jason.
Norman, I'm the vocalist for the band.
I'm Jesse. I play drums.
I'm Brandon. I play guitar.
I'm really out of the music loop. I don't know why Alex has me do this. I think the reason why is because I'm a completely unbiased perspective. Is that I come here because I'm not for or against. I come here to learn, and that's why I do like doing this and talking to you guys. Right. All right. Could you just give me a brief description of the band?
We're trench fight. We're doomy, hardcore, metallic hardcore. We throw a little death metal into it.
Some doom influences.
Yeah, some doom.
Dark lyrics and stuff like that.
Some whole mix of stuff.
It's doom, death, little bit of black metal atmosphere, and then a little bit. It's a mix of a lot of stuff, I guess. But I guess predominantly, it's metallic hardcore. If we had to say what it is definitively, I guess. I don't know.
Alright, it works for me. The band's name, Trench Fight, was there anything significant about the name?
The idea came from a friend of mine who I played in a band with in Fortress, and we wanted to start another band, and he wanted to start a different band, and he wanted that name, and I was trying to think of a name, and he found a different name for that band, and he's like, that's open to use. I'm like, you mind if I take it? And he said, sure, and I was like, I'm going to take it, and I'm going to roll with it. So then I texted him about it. I was like, let's start a band that kind of sounds with an influence of Disembodied. Let's name it Trench Fight. And he was on board.
Disembodied, and then it turned
into
a ton of.
Yeah, we started
crazy amount of influences.
Yeah, we started off trying to be a disembodied type sound, and now we're all finding our comfort zone.
Yeah,
what we want to do.
And it's actually working out because what we're producing doesn't sound like anything I've really listened to before. Really,
especially not around here.
Especially not around here.
Yeah, around here it's more hardcore and metalcore and stuff like that. You never really see too many. I'm not saying that no bands around here are original, but you never see
deviations.
Yeah,
for their own sound.
Trying to write our own formula, I guess.
Okay. Alright, is there anything going on in music right now, whether locally or even globally, any trends, patterns that has you excited? And follow up, is there anything going on globally, locally that has you worried? Preferably start with the positives. Try to get some positivity over all this doom.
I guess sort of back to one of our other points we just made about the lack of deviations from there's bands now, especially around here, a lot seem to have a formula,
So that's something you're worried about.
I think that actually makes something positive because that leaves room for creativity. When there's a chance to stand out, that's always good.
There's not too many different bands.
Right. Yeah.
Not bashing anybody. We're just trying to not sound.
You're doing something that
we're trying to be different. We want to stand out.
Yeah.
Has digital distribution and social media changed your music management since you started making music? Not just as your band, but as if you guys want to talk when you first started making music, how things have changed and how you would go about promoting and even distributing. I mean, everything can be digital now. Is that kind of thrown you for a curveball, or?
We've kind of done a little bit of both. We've done more digital and we got rid of a lot of physical stuff. Our first show.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's definitely helped us distribute everything.
Social media really doesn't. Because the only thing we have, I think, is a Bandcamp, which is really good. We have Facebook. Facebook's dying, and no one ever checks it. No one ever updates. I'm the only one. I think who runs the Facebook?
Me and you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't ever get on Facebook. I only have a phone. I don't even have a computer.
So I guess it's you.
Yeah, you're on it, man.
And I mean, even then, bands have to pay for people to see your posts.
See your posts and everything like that.
Yeah, and it unfortunately seems as though, as you said, Facebook is dying. That's what I've noticed. There used to be a surge of people that would go on Facebook and look for bands and new music, and it just, I don't know, maybe it's just from my personal observation, I just don't see that as much anymore.
Yeah.
There's just more.
A lot of bands are using more Instagram and stuff like that.
Instagram is definitely good.
Yeah, it's really good.
Reverb Nation. Yep.
Yeah.
helpful tools.
We need to get on YouTube.
Well, honestly, I think the best thing you can do as a band is just get out to shows.
Yeah, go to
especially if
shows.
you're in a band, like
Yeah.
make your band known locally. You know, go to fucking shows.
Word of
Yeah.
mouth
You
is
know.
the best way.
Yeah, word of mouth
Yeah,
is basically how we're getting around right now.
exactly.
Yeah, we're more of a word of mouth band than anything on the internet.
Right. So what it
Thus
sounds
far.
like
Thus
to
far.
me, you're saying, you know, online that stuff is nice, but the groundwork is still
Yeah.
Yeah.
important. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You can't fight a war without an army. You can
Yeah.
fly banners.
I think networking is very important.
Yeah, it's very
you know.
important.
Yeah.
We're just doing more
Yeah.
word of mouth stuff right now.
Yeah.
Right. Well, you got this going on, so
Yeah.
Yep.
you're putting in
We've
some
actually
work.
been very fortunate with how much people have been promoting us.
Yeah.
Joe Littlejohn, who recorded us, came to our first show and filmed our entire first set. You know, put out a studio video for us, and it's really cool.
Yeah.
You know, and people have actually been hyping us a lot thus far, which is really cool.
What do you think, at least right now, is the biggest challenge upcoming musicians face?
Basically, yeah, it's there's just so many bands out
Right.
there. It's hard to do your own thing.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You know,
We-
especially if you're new to it.
Yeah. The scene that we're in, there's a lot of talented people,
Mhm.
and a lot of people want to be in bands. So
Mhm.
new bands will start, and
Things are far from dead.
yeah, it's far from dead. People like a lot of people say, "Oh, it's done." No, we're in a rut right now. That's all we're in.
Yeah.
We're in a rut. I think we need to fix it. Everyone needs to do their part.
And honestly, I
Yeah.
can see probably a surge of new bands starting pretty soon. That tends to happen.
And there's an issue with clicks too. Definitely,
Yeah.
like only certain people will see, you know, their friend's band or
Yeah.
whatever. Well, I just say check everyone out, see what you like.
Yeah.
You know.
All right. I guess a follow up on that would be, why do you think there is this rut? Is it the music itself, or is it kind of like the social atmosphere surrounding that? Because I know a lot of the local shows. I mean, I've been to. Though it's a lot of friends, it's a lot of word of mouth. Do you think that maybe something's wrong there, or do you think it's the lack of interest in music itself?
I honestly think it's both.
In my opinion, a lot of people do this. Saying some people do this because it's weird. People think it's weird. And I want to be an outcast. I want to be this. I want to be that.
Yeah.
And they don't actually appreciate. They just go and they're spoiled. They don't really care about it. In my
Right.
opinion,
Yeah.
they just think a show's gonna pop up no matter what.
Yeah.
Basically, is what I'm saying.
So they're not. What it sounds like to me, what you're saying is like people. They're taking it for granted almost.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Just, oh well, they're always
Yeah.
going to put out shows. I don't need to do anything. And
Yeah.
then no one, too many people get that attitude.
Yeah, and I'm not saying like I'm
Right.
I'm not saying I'm going out of my way to do all this stuff. I'm like
Right, yeah.
I work a full-time job, and I have a life too
No,
outside of all this.
yeah.
Yeah, we all have
Yeah.
adult things to do, and I try to go as many shows as I possibly can. I try to support every band. I never usually sit outside for bands unless I have a headache or something, and I just not want to be there for some reason.
Right.
But I go anyway.
I
It's
mean,
just
another problem is that people will only go to like bigger shows and they won't support local bands usually.
yeah.
That's another big issue.
Yeah, that's another thing.
But
that's
then
annoying.
people wonder why isn't there, any more shows? And
Yeah, it's easy to lose ambition when no one watches your stuff.
what's going on with a venue?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
where's the next DIY venue? I think that's a big problem. We definitely need another DIY venue
Yeah.
like Badlands.
I was
Like,
really going to ask you about venues. I feel like it's a good segue. And I do remember there was an incident, I think it was last year, it might have been 2 years ago, where there was some problems with the venues, I think in the Syracuse area. Either they hyped up their restrictions or they closed altogether. Do you think that there is a problem with venues, at least like around here, wanting to have shows, or maybe it's because they think it's too much like a liability? Liability is becoming a big issue as our society is getting more, I guess you could say overprotective.
sensitive.
Yeah, it's very
definitely. Absolutely.
Like I understand the whole liability thing because it's a hardcore show.
Mhm.
It's gonna be or a metal show. It's people kind of get hurt.
Yeah.
You're the whole mosh thing and everything like
Yeah.
that. No one will ever understand that. I tried to explain that to my father. I'm pretty sure he got a little mad at me.
It's a very weird subculture, and coming into it as an outsider, it would seem
It's extreme to them.
Yeah.
so.
I don't know.
And it's
They
not
don't.
to say all hardcore and metal and whatever, like, heavy music in general is violent or promotes violence, but a lot of people from the outside world do see that.
Yeah.
And it's hard, especially like venue-wise with the whole liability thing. One incident happens, several venues will close their doors. It's like, nope, no more.
Restrictions.
Yeah, or start placing restrictions, you know. However, I will say I am really thankful that there is still a flourishing, at least desire to keep the scene alive around here, unlike many other places.
Would you prefer, if venues do have a problem with moshing?
I don't know. Part of it is what should be sort of unregulated in that way. I think it would honestly suck if there was, you know, at every show you go to,
Designated
you
area.
can only dance here.
Hey, do
And it's
not
like-
dance here. You go over there. No.
Kinda, it would seem
It's like
kind of-
timeout.
Yeah. The point is that I just, we're all friends, you know, and that's sort of the point. It's not about being an asshole. I guess I personally never really understood like just hurt everybody type stuff. I mean, I understand people get hurt. Like I've heard people, I've gotten hurt. It doesn't.
I mean,
I don't know.
I do it sometimes, but I'm doing it to my friends. Like, if I'm gonna be a dickhead, I'm gonna be a dickhead to my friends because they understand, they know what's going on, and I'm gonna be like, sorry, man, everything's cool, and they'll understand because they're my friends and they know what the hell's going on.
But it's like when people do that to like say newcomers, then that turns them away from the shows, and then
There has been serious issues. Yeah, I understand. It's really tough.
It is.
It's
No,
really
it is
hard.
because you want
I mean-
to preserve the tradition, but you also want to welcome new people.
Yeah,
and-
we don't want to like bash it.
Yeah.
And then people get really mad.
It's a very delicate balance.
it's a very fine line.
Yeah. So for this, it's about to be the new year as we're filming this. I don't know when this will go up. Any plans for next year? Anything you're kind of, I mean, if you can't say or anything, you just have like an idea in your head. I mean, fresh year, a lot of people do.
Well, we're currently starting to heavily write.
Okay.
Oh, absolutely.
We're working on probably like what, 5 songs you did this?
Probably.
Something like that.
Definitely.
Hopefully, I want to say, and my goal by spring, have something. If not, we'll after spring.
Right. And
Yeah.
how would you, if you had the EP by the time you're thinking in your head right now, how would you release that? Would that be like on your
Probably
Bandcamp?
through, like Bandcamp, we'll have it like physical copy.
Reverb Nation,
yeah, Reverb
as much as
Nation.
we can, pretty much.
Just basically like we did with the demo, we just handed it out because we wanted to get our name out there. We want people to hear us.
Yeah.
And with this, we'll just sell it for nothing, pretty much. Like no one buys music anymore ever.
Yeah.
Which
It can be hard.
sucks. You
I
work
mean,
hard
I'm
to make
old
it,
school,
you pay
I do.
for it. Yeah, so do I.
That's- I'm old school.
Like
I
I go
buy
out and buy CDs. I go out and do that. Like
Yeah. Too.
Like I go to Soundgarden and I was like, oh,
CDs,
New
records,
records.
Yeah.
CDs, records, tapes, even.
Yeah, I don't have anything that plays tapes, but I have CDs. I mean,
let's make 8-track. Trying to fight 8
Yeah.
tracks.
Can we please?
I mean, I would do it.
and you could write on the one. That'd be cool. We could talk about that for a moment, I guess. Just I don't know why do you think I don't know if it's just America. I don't want to like judge the rest of the world. A lot of people just don't like paying for music, and a lot of musicians, will take. I guess they take offense. I would say that's crazy to
As
me.
long as like what I think, as long as someone hears what I'm making,
Right.
that's all I care about.
Yeah.
I'm not. Yeah, I've never. Like when I was a kid and when I wanted to be in a band, I was like, yeah, I want to be a rock star. I want to be in a fucking band. I
Yeah.
want to make a bunch of money and stuff. Yeah, and then you grow up and then you realize how hard it is and how much it's a lot of hard work
Yeah.
and shit. And then you find something that you like this music will not make money. We know that.
There's no way.
Yeah, there's no way. There's no fucking way. But as long as someone hears what I'm doing, and I'm fucking grateful for that. If someone wants to actually sit down and listen and actually understand and just, I don't know, let the lyrics soak in, let everything else soak in. Just, I don't know.
Had a good time with it.
Yeah.
Well, we dropped probably a few hundred on the demo alone, and then I mean, I'm also not in it for like money by any means.
Yeah.
I just
Right.
I just want
But
to
you
play
as
do
long
need-
as
you
someone
need to pay your
hears
bills.
us,
Yeah.
as long as someone hears us, I'm good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Before we close, I guess I'll ask you all individually, and I'd like to hear from you all individually. If you kind of landed in the Doctor Who's TARDIS, you go to any point in time in human history, and you could become a musician in that time.
60s.
60s?
I love like hippie stuff. I'm a huge Jimi Hendrix fan. I love Janis Joplin, Jefferson Airplane. I'm huge into either that or like 70s, 80s, like not hair metal. I hate hair metal.
Right.
Like,
before that.
like,
You
know what I mean?
Over
Okay. What is Kiss? Kiss is like what?
This is like glam metal or something.
Dude, I'd love to be a Kiss member.
Early '90s black metal, I guess.
Right.
That'd be cool.
I would probably go to
That'd be
Yeah.
super
I dig
fucking
90s.
cool. I mean, early '90s, not even just black metal, like so many other. I don't know where to begin, I guess, but that's one thing that. comes to mind
Before
for some
auto
reason.
tune and
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
Singing now.
I think that would probably go back to like probably the '80s when there was like sludge metal bands like Crowbar and I Hate God coming out.
Oh,
Right?
absolutely.
Those were a lot of like my favorite bands.
I would go back to see like Celtic Frost and
Yeah.
Venom in their prime. Like,
Mm,
holy shit.
And you guys got like the cool answers. I'm over here like hippie stuff.
You're
yeah.
right.
That's me. I mean,
Yeah.
I would play drums for Hendrix too.
That was
Oh,
when everyone was still rebelling, and now
Yeah,
there's.
dude.
I'll wear your T-shirts and wear your watches.
I don't know, people are starting to rebel now again.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing though. It's a constant kind of circle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know.
Just different forms of rebellion.
Taylor Swift, good or great?
Oh Jesus.
Oh my god.
Oh, I don't know, man. Studio Mess Promotions. Not
Yeah.
trying to promote myself,
Cabin House Studios.
Cabin House
Yeah,
Studios.
Cabin House.
Are you working with them right now?
We did our demo there,
Oh, okay.
so
but- and
really
it's
great recording.
ran by Joe Littlejohn. He
He
got
just
really
started.
very
He just started everything up himself, so
yeah.
Okay.
he does it for pretty cheap too.
What's the name of the bands? Plague
What
Mask.
bands?
His band.
Yeah, all right.
Gleek.
Bleak Mask.
Check
Yes,
Bleak out.
Bleak.
Japanese Furnace. Check them out.
Yeah.
They're
Japanese
awesome.
Furnace, definitely. There's a lot of great local bands.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just check out Syracuse in general.
Yeah.
Gorham Brothers Music, Dialysis.
All right. If you
Even though they're not a
guys,
fucking band anymore, but Waste Case.
Yeah, Waste
Yeah.
Case. They should
Or
be
it's from
good.
Utica.
Brick Wall.
Brick Wall from
Brick Wall.
Utica. Yep. 40 Dead Men. Jason Bay.
Jason Vick. We actually played a show at Full Blown Chaos thanks to him.
Yeah,
He gave us a
still
chance
does
to
that
do
show.
it. So big thanks to him for letting us do that.
Yeah.
It was great.
You're
Ghost
all
Ship,
good,
they're
Ghost
all
Ship.
fucking cool ass
Yeah,
dudes.
Ghost Ship.
Great guys.
They're great
Ghost
guys.
Ship.
The music is amazing. Whatever they do is really good. I write really dark lyrics.
Mm.
Usually about like how I feel about certain issues that I've been going through in the past couple of years, and then a lot about like losing my faith in religion and stuff. A lot like when I lost my faith, I was like, oh, this is weird. And I started writing about it,
Your mind sort of changes after
Yeah,
that
you're-
completely.
Yeah.
and yeah, like your whole world is just like new, kind of. It's like,
That's exactly it.
yeah, it's like, oh my god, like holy shit. Pretty much like that's how I felt.
Or basically about huge changes.
Yeah,
any
Huge changes that completely disrupt your environment.
Yeah,
Total thought process.
yeah. Like,
Good or bad.
yeah, good or bad. Like, the stuff I write about, like, is really personal.
Mm.
It hits home with me a lot, and I explain to these guys what it's about, and they like look at me and they're like, "That's awesome. It's heavy. It's pretty scary. It's awesome." I was like,
Pretty
"Cool,
scary.
guys." Like it's like we're very. I'm a really nice person and everything like that, but I have so much pent up shit that I've had from my past that I want to write on a piece of paper and just yell into a microphone. And I want people to know what's going through in your head. Like, I want people to listen to me and be like really uncomfortable when I say these things. So
It's dark and passionate.
Yeah.
It's not.
emotional.
Um,
Yeah.